Hello.
Ma'am, any way.
Okay, it's fine, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so good evening, students. So I suppose some of you know me, and those who do not know me, my name is Kinjal Shah, and I'm going to teach you chapters in biology. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Now we're going to start with the first chapter of biology. Okay, so if you would like to note down anything, you can. So let's start the chapter name is heredity and evolution. Okay, and if you have any doubts you can ask me later on. Fine, so let's start, everyone. Yeah, hi everyone, finally. Okay, let's start. Okay, so as the name says, the chapter's name is heredity and evolution. Now these two terms, we first need to understand what is the meaning of the two terms. So first, as
Angel, ma'am. Angel, what is happening?
Hi, 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 hi. Hello.
चेंजेस होता है वो चेंजेस को ही बोलते हैं इवोल्यूशन. तो ये चैप्टर में हम यही पढ़ने वाले हैं कि हाउ डज the characters are passed from one generation to another. This is the first thing we're going to understand how it is transferred. And second, you're going to learn about something called as evolution. How does the changes takes place in the organism, and this changes जो उनके बॉडी में आते हैं वो changes से एक नया organism, एक नया different type of species produce होता है. So how is this happening? That is what we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, so first we're going to start with heredity and then we're going to go with evolution. This is the name of the chapter. Now let's go ahead. We all know that every living organism is made up of cell. Okay, every living organism, चाहे वो amoeba हो या फिर blue whale हो या फिर humans हो, every living organism is made up of cell, and cell contains in the center nucleus. So nucleus is present in the center of the cell, and nucleus contains something called as the DNA. So DNA is said to be the genetic material. I am repeating. DNA is said to be the genetic material. Why it is said to be a genetic material? Because the DNA contains certain specific, you can say, features which are transferred via something that will tell later on, but is transferred via something from one generation to another. So DNA is responsible for the transfer of characters. Again repeating, DNA is responsible for the transfer of characters from one generation to another. Hence, it is said to be the genetic material. Okay, so in humans and in other living organisms, the DNA is said to be the genetic material because it transfers characters from one generation to another. So this is somewhat how the DNA looks like. Now, in your ninth standard, you have learned about DNA. You have learned the different parts, the different molecules through which DNA is made. So we'll just have a quick repetition or revision of what the different parts are DNA made up of. So as you can see, the DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, again, DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, and this deoxyribonucleic acid, it contains three parts. It's made up of three parts. The first part over here is a ribose sugar. Sugar, when the word comes sugar, it means it's a carbohydrate. So again repeating, sugar when the word comes, it means a carbohydrate. Okay. So DNA का तीन पार्ट से DNA बना है. The first part is said to be the ribose sugar, which contains 5 carbon. Ribose sugar is a carbohydrate which contains 5 carbon. Hence the word is pentose. So the first molecule is ribose sugar which contains 5 carbon, and hence the word is pentose. The second thing which is made up of is nitrogenous base. Okay, so nitrogenous base is the second part through which DNA is made, and the third is called the phosphate group. So again, I'm repeating, there are 3 different parts through which a DNA macromolecule is made up of. The first one is the ribose sugar. The second one is the nitrogenous base. And the third one is the phosphate group. Ribose sugar contains 5 carbon, hence the word is pentose, because 5 carbon को pentose बोलते हैं. ठीक है? Now further, nitrogenous base are of 4 types. So they are of 4 types. The first one is called adenine. The second one is called guanine. The third one is called thymine. And the last one is called cytosine. So again, I'm repeating, nitrogenous base are of 4 types. You have adenine, guanine, thymine, and cytosine. So this together, this whole thing together makes a DNA molecule. And DNA is a very large molecule. It's a very, very large molecule. Hence, we call DNA as a macromolecule. So over here, you can see a small structure of DNA. Okay. And if you can see very closely, if I zoom over here, you can see that the nitrogenous base are in the middle. So these are the different nitrogenous base which we have studied. Okay, and they are in the center. And if you remember, adenine always pairs with thymine, always, and guanine always pairs with cytosine. So again, I'm repeating, this is the whole DNA structure, a part of, you can say, DNA. The blue part, as you can see over here, the blue strands, okay, these blue strands, okay, are made up of sugar, that is pentose, and phosphate group. Again repeating, the backbone, that is your blue part over here, is made up of sugar, that is ribose sugar, okay, and phosphate group, both the strands, both the blue strands. And center में तुम्हें ये जो दिख रहा है, these things are nothing but nitrogenous base. The center part of the DNA, which are lines over here parallel to each other, they are nitrogenous base. And these nitrogenous base are of 4 types: adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. Okay. Usme adenine will always bind with thymine, and guanine will always bind with cytosine. This is the universal. In every species, this is the same thing. So this is the structure of DNA. You need to understand the structure of DNA before we understand what is the different parts of heredity and everything. So I hope we are clear with this part. Okay. Now, another thing which I would like to tell you is that I just told you DNA is called as the genetic material. Why it is called as a genetic material? Because it helps to transfer the characters from one generation to another. And that characters can be physical characters as well as mental characters. ऐसा नहीं कि सिर्फ physical characters transfer होता है. There is a chance that if the parent, one of the parent is having, is scholar in something, he's good in maths, there may be a chance that even the child has the liking towards maths. Okay, so even somewhat nature also somewhat can be similar to the parents. So it is both the things, the physical as well as the mental characters, which can be transferred from one generation to another. And this transfer is called heredity. So the name of the chapter, heredity, is nothing but the transfer of physical and chemical characters, okay, from parents to offspring. So you have different characters, physical हो, body के अंदर के जो भी genes हो, जो भी characters हो, वो सब transfer होते हैं, okay, from parents to offspring. Is it that is called as heredity. So we are done with the first part, heredity. Okay, we understood what is the meaning. We just understood the definition of heredity. Now, one more thing I would like to tell you about the DNA, okay, which you already know, just a quick repetition, that there is something called as a nucleotide. Again, repeating, there is something called as a nucleotide. Okay, and what do you mean by a nucleotide? Nucleotide is nothing but one ribose sugar, only one ribose sugar plus any one nitrogenous base, any one, okay, it can be adenine or guanine or thymine or cytosine. So one ribose sugar plus any one nitrogenous base plus a phosphate group. When all the three makes one bond, that one bond is called as a nucleotide, as you can see over here. So there is one pentose sugar in the center, which is bonded to one phosphate group. With the pentose sugar is again bonded to one nitrogenous base. So this whole thing is said one nucleotide. You need to remember this term because ये आगे बहुत बार आने वाला है. So I am again telling you, what do you mean by nucleotide? Nucleotide contains one pentose sugar, one phosphate group, and one nitrogenous base, any of the one nitrogenous base, AT or GC, any of the one. Okay, and these three, when they bond together, this whole thing is said to be a single nucleotide. And DNA is made up of many such nucleotides, many, millions and millions of nucleotides से बनता है one single molecule of DNA. But the base of DNA is a single nucleotide, and then many such nucleotides again come together and they form the complex structure of a DNA. So in this slide, we have covered what is DNA and what parts is it made up of, what do you mean by heredity, and what is a nucleotide. So I hope यहाँ पे सब कुछ clear है. So I'm going ahead. Okay, only just a quick repetition. Nucleotide contains one ribose sugar, one nitrogenous base, and one phosphate group. And many nucleotides come together to form a DNA molecule. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, I suppose you would know him. Yeah, we all know him because we have learned about him earlier. So his name is Gregor Johann Mendel. And if you would remember, Mendel is the father of genetics. Okay, he is the person who has done many experiments and found many laws in genetics. So he is considered to be the father of genetics, and he has worked so much that his works have become a pioneer in modern genetics. आज जो जेनेटिक्स है, ओके, आज का जो जेनेटिक्स है, जो हम लोग जो देख रहे हैं, जेनेटिसिस्ट जो पढ़ते हैं, वो सब बहुत ही डिफरेंट है, बट द बेस इज कमिंग फ्रॉम मेंडल्स थियरी. So he has laid the foundation of genetics. Okay, he has started it, and as new things are coming up, we are finding many alterations in genetics, but the base, the foundation is done by Mendel. Hence, he has pioneered in modern genetics. Okay, he had worked a lot about different parts and about pea plant, and he was the one who said that there are certain factors which are transferred. Again, I'm repeating, he was the one who said that there are certain factors which are transferred from one generation to another. But at that time, people did not know what are those factors. Okay, he just knew a thing that there are certain things, there are certain factors which are transferred. But what were they? वो धीरे धीरे आगे समझ में आया. So later on, after many years, there was another scientist. His name is Hugo de Vries. Okay, again repeating, his name is Hugo de Vries. Okay, he learned the genetics, he studied the genetics given by Mendel, and he also found an alteration in the genetics given by Mendel. He found something called as the mutational theory. Now, what is mutational theory? First, you need to understand what is the meaning of mutation. Then we'll understand what is mutational theory. So we have studied the structure of DNA. Okay, we know what the DNA is made up of. Now, what Hugo de Vries wanted to tell you is that कि कभी-कभी जब DNA transfer होता है from one parent to another, from one generation to another, okay, जब भी DNA transfer होता है, there may be a slight change in the structure of DNA. Again repeating, there may be a slight change in the structure of DNA, and that slight change causes a new thing to produce, maybe a new protein or maybe something else. That is said to be mutation. Okay, again I'm repeating, Hugo de Vries, okay, he said something about mutational theory, that when the DNA is copying itself, when it is transferring from one generation to another, there may be sometimes slight changes in the structure of DNA, which is said to be mutation. The slight change in the structure of DNA is called mutation. And this mutation can lead to the production of different characters, which are new, which were not present earlier, but which are now present because of the mutation. So this is said to be the mutational theory, which was given by Hugo de Vries. Okay, so first was done by Mendel. Okay, then came Hugo de Vries, and he said something about the mutational theory. And the mutational theory is nothing but the sudden change in the structure of DNA, which can produce some different characters in the organism. Okay, ये हुआ second scientist के बारे में. Now in the 1902 में आया नया साइंटिस्ट एक जिसका नाम था वॉल्टर सटन. Okay, so Walter Sutton was a scientist, okay, and he found something different in the cells of a grasshopper. So we all know this is a grasshopper, okay, eating leaf, you can see over here. Now he studied the cells of the grasshopper. Okay, again the name of the scientist is Walter Sutton, and in 1902 when he was studying the cells of the grasshopper, he found that the cells of the grasshopper contains paired chromosome. So if you can zoom the cell of the grasshopper, the cells of the grasshopper contains paired chromosomes. Now, हम कब से डीएनए बोल रहे हैं, बट अगर जब डीएनए जो है वो किसमें मिलता है तुम्हें, क्रोमोसोम्स. ओके, सो इफ आई गो विथ द chronological order, you have cell contains nucleus contains chromosomes. These are the chromosomes, okay, which we have studied in 9th standard, and these chromosomes are made up of DNA. Okay, so again repeating, cell के अंदर nucleus के अंदर chromosomes, and chromosomes are made up of DNA. Okay, so the whole chromosome is nothing but DNA. Are we clear? And what did the scientist found? What did Walter found? That the chromosomes present in the grasshopper are always in pairs. So हमेशा chromosome pairs में मिलते हैं, not singly but in pairs. So this was discovered by Walter Sutton in 1902. Okay, and ये तभी नया था, so no one knew about it. And after that, when scientists tried finding out chromosome in other creatures, they found the same thing, that though chromosome numbers can be different, but chromosomes are arranged in pairs. So अगर हम humans की भी बात करें, we have 46 chromosome in every cell. That means we have 23 pairs in every cell, 23 pairs of chromosomes. So I hope यहाँ तक ये सब clear है, okay? And now we came to know that the chromosome only contains DNA and the DNA gives the characters. Now DNA also has a particular thing which gives a character, which I'll tell you later on. But right now the DNA gives characters from one generation to another, and that is nothing but heredity. So this is the definition of heredity. Okay, it is the transfer of biological characters. बायोलॉजिकल में सब आ जाता है, योर सोशल, मेंटल, फिजिकल. सो द ट्रांसफर ऑफ योर बायोलॉजिकल कैरेक्टर्स फ्रॉम वन जनरेशन टू अनदर, एंड दैट थिंग जिससे वो ट्रांसफर होता है उसको हम बोलते हैं जीन्स. सो आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू दैट DNA also has particular thing जिससे वो ट्रांसफर होता है, and that thing is nothing but genes. Okay, so quick repetition. The cell has nucleus. The nucleus has chromosomes. The chromosomes are made up of DNA, and the parts of DNA are called genes. Okay, so DNA is a very big molecule. It's a macromolecule. The small parts of the DNA is called genes, and genes are responsible for the transfer of characters. So hence, what do you mean by heredity? It is the transfer of biological characters from one generation to another via genes. And genes are nothing but the small segments present in the DNA. Okay? Going ahead, now it is proved that genes are carried via chromosomes. So we just said that, right? अभी बात की उसके बारे में कि हमारे जो क्रोमोसोम्स है वो ही डीएनए से बनता है, और डीएनए के पार्ट्स को ही हम जीन्स बोलते हैं. सो नाउ वी नो दैट अल्टीमेटली जीन्स आर कैरिड बाय क्रोमोसोम्स ओनली. ओके, सो व्हेन द पेरेंट्स आर गिविंग बर्थ टू अ बेबी, ओके, द पेरेंट्स, a part of the parent's chromosome, okay, enters the baby, and because of that the baby gets characters which are not same but similar to his own parents. Okay, so why does this happen is because the chromosomes carries DNA which have genes, and genes gives you characters. So when the parents nucleus is meeting, when the parents give birth to the baby, they transfer their chromosomes, okay, of the particular cell, and that chromosomes give the characters to the newborn baby. Okay, so over here, as you can see, this is a DNA, right? And you can see the nitrogenous base over here, सब लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पे, yeah. So you can see the complementary. अगर G है, guanine है, तो उसका bonding होगा हमेशा साइटोसाइन के साथ. ओके, और अगर थाइमाइन है तो उसका बॉन्डिंग होगा एडेनाइन के साथ. So these two are said to be complementary base. Again repeating, these two are said to be complementary base. Complementary का मतलब जो उसके साथ साथ में आता है, कॉम्प्लीमेंट करता है. Are you getting me? तो अगर गुआनाइन है तो always the next complementary base will be cytosine. अगर cytosine है तो of course it will be guanine. That is a common thing. And if the base is thymine, then the complementary base is adenine. So G goes with C and A goes with T, and these are said to be the complementary bases. Always coming together, always. Hence the word complementary bases. Okay, so please note this down somewhere that G and C and A and T are said to be complementary bases. ये आगे काम आएगा. Now, let's go ahead. As you can see over here, you can see that this whole thing is a part of DNA, and उसमें भी तो छोटे-छोटे parts है, like this one, and you have the second one, and then you have the third one. These are called as genes. Okay, so hence over here, if you can see very clearly, you have the one gene over here, second over here, and third over here. So वैसे ही there are many genes present in the DNA. Okay, we'll go ahead. Now, the name of the scientist over here is Oswald Avery. This is the first scientist. The second one over here नाम है Maclean McCarthy. Okay. And the third one over here उनका नाम है Colin McLeod. So again I'm repeating the names. The first one is Oswald Avery. Then you have the second one Maclean McCarthy. And then you have something called as the third scientist का नाम है Colin McLeod. Now these are the group of 3 scientists, okay, which in the year 1944, again I'm repeating, in the year 1944, they proved something. And what did they prove? They proved that except virus, all living organisms have DNA as their genetic material. So again repeating, these 3 scientists, okay, in the year 1944, they proved that without virus, except virus, all living organisms have DNA as their genetic material. So in the starting of the lecture only, I have told you about genetic material, that DNA is said to be the genetic material. And why is DNA called the genetic material? Because it helps to transfer characters from one generation to another. But you have an exception, okay? So the exception is virus, and we all know virus is a microorganism, okay? And the virus में exception ये है that every virus does not have DNA as their genetic material. Some virus do have DNA as their genetic material, okay? As you can see over here, this virus is having the DNA as their genetic material. You can see over here, ये है DNA, right? But there are certain viruses, okay, like this, okay, this virus में जो genetic material है वो है RNA. So here RNA is the genetic material of the virus. So hence it is not completely true that DNA is the only genetic material. You have exception, and the exception is virus. Some virus contains DNA as their genetic material, and some virus contains RNA. Okay, so this was what found by the 3 scientists, Oswald Avery, Maclean McCarthy, and Colin McLeod in the year 1944. Over here, these are the 2, you can see the 2 virus, one having the DNA as the genetic material and another having the RNA as the genetic material. And those who do not know the full form of RNA, RNA stands for ribonucleic acid. You have to just remove the deoxy part from the DNA. So as you remove the deoxy part, जो बचता है वो है ribonucleic acid, and that is RNA. And you have also learned about RNA and its different types in 9th standard. So it will be better and easy for you when I go ahead. Okay, so this is about the slide. It is proved that the DNA is the genetic material in most of the organisms, in animals, in plants, in some unicellular organisms also. But you have an exception, that is virus, which contains DNA, and sometimes it contains RNA as its genetic material. Moving ahead, now we're going to go about the last 2 scientists. जो बहुत सारे scientists आ गए back to back, and you supposedly, अगर तुम्हारे पास textbook है सबके पास, so please you have to go through all these scientists, okay, because you have to remember their names and their contributions. So now you have, in the year 1961, there were 2 French geneticists. So as the word says, geneticist, it means who has a great knowledge about genetics, who has done a great study in genetics, okay? So there were 2 geneticists. The first one over here is Francois Jacob, and the second one over here is Jacques Monod. Okay, so Francois Jacob and Jacques Monod in the year 1961, they proposed a very important thing जो आज बहुत यूज में आता है, और वो है एक मॉडल for the process of protein synthesis with the help of DNA in the bacterial cell. Again, repeating. In the year 1961, Francois Jacob and Jacques Monod, the 2 geneticists, proposed a model, okay, in which there was a process of formation of what? A process of formation of protein. From what? From DNA. And in which cells? In bacterial cells. So in bacterial cells, they did an experiment from which the DNA of the bacterial cell could produce the required protein. So if this is the DNA, okay, and DNA we all know is made up of genes, the genes of the DNA could produce a protein. This is the structure of the protein actually inside our body. Okay, so this was the, you can say, the model proposed by these two scientists, and this model gave an outlook to different things which are now being practiced in a, I'm so sorry, these are now being practiced in a large scale. Okay, so over here it helped to uncover the genetic codes which were present in the DNA, the different genetic codes. Okay, and the second thing is over here, it also helped to understand the technique of recombinant DNA technology. Now, what is recombinant DNA technology? Okay, let us understand that very clearly. Again, first I'm repeating. There are two scientists, Francois Jacob and Jack Monod. These two scientists, okay, in the year 1961, they proposed a model, they made a model in which a DNA from a bacterial cell, a DNA from the bacterial cell was used to produce protein. Okay, earlier it was not known. Now we know that DNA can produce protein, but earlier it was not known that DNA can produce proteins. So this was the, you can say, the new, so you can say new thing which was found. Okay, and because of this thing, there were many things which came afterwards, and one of that is the recombinant DNA technology. Now, what do you mean by recombinant DNA technology? And second, what do you mean by something called as genetic engineering? A very, very important thing, an important foundation which is happening nowadays in genetics, that is called as a genetic engineering. And I'm just going to give you what happens over there is, in genetic engineering, different types of products are being produced. New types of products are being produced. Okay, we tend to get different colors of capsicum nowadays. You have yellow capsicum, you have red capsicum, you have purple cabbage. So ये जो अलग अलग plants में varieties आ रही है, even animals में भी varieties आती है, ये सब जो हो रहा है, it's because of something called as the genetic engineering. And that I'm going to make you understand what do you mean by genetic engineering. So just keep into mind the two things, that DNA के अंदर जो genes है, that helps to produce a particular protein, and this led to an opening of a field, and that field is called genetic engineering. So now, what is genetic engineering? Just take a view over here. This is a bacterial cell. Okay, and the bacterial cells has different type of DNA material. So even this is a genetic material, and even this is a genetic material. Okay, now over here in this genetic material they have done a small cut, and this cannot be done by the help of a scissors. उसके लिए एक particular chemical चाहिए, एक particular enzyme चाहिए. Okay, और enzymes chemicals होते हैं. ये chemical से यहाँ पे एक particular cut किया है. Okay, in the DNA, and this cut में हम human का एक gene add कर रहे हैं. We are adding a gene of a human, that is an insulin gene, in the gene of a bacteria, and a new DNA is formed. This is called a recombinant DNA. तो recombinant DNA जिससे genetic engineering बढ़ रहा है, वो होता कैसे है? We take a bacterial gene, we have a small cut in a particular area with the help of a particular enzyme. Enzymes are chemicals. And then a human gene is attached by different chemicals again, okay, and to the same DNA, and you can find a new DNA जिसको हम बोलते हैं recombinant DNA. So, student, I suppose you have understood what is the meaning of recombinant DNA, and this recombinant DNA was proposed by the French geneticist, and the names are Francois Jacob and Jacques Monod. Okay, and this DNA genetic engineering and the recombinant DNA technology is widely used nowadays to produce different things. So I'll just stop over here. Okay, if anyone has any doubts.